Welcome to the podcast. I'm Jamie, and here we learn English by exploring a variety of interesting topics. Whether you're a beginner or looking to enhance your skills, this is the perfect place to improve your listening, expand your vocabulary, and enjoy learning. Let's dive into some engaging conversations and discover new things together. Thanks for listening. In today's episode, we explore the power of pause, responding versus reacting. A thoughtful examination of how intentional reflection can transform our communication, decision-making, and emotional intelligence. I remember a day not too long ago that really opened my eyes to the incredible power of a simple pause. It was one of those mornings where everything seemed to be racing against me, and I was so caught up in the chaos that I barely had a moment to breathe, much less think. I was rushing through my usual morning routine, trying to get ready for work, grab a quick breakfast, and make it out the door on time. As I was shoving my things into my bag, my phone buzzed incessantly with messages and notifications. Instead of pausing to check them calmly, I felt that familiar rush come over me, that urge to react immediately. I grabbed my phone, scrolled through the messages, and within seconds, I was annoyed by one with a tone that seemed confrontational. Without thinking, I fired back a sharp reply. Really? You can't just be clear about what you want. I thought that response was justified, my way of defending myself. But just as I hit send, I noticed my chest tighten and a wave of frustration washed over me. That small moment of reaction had turned my morning into a stressful mess. Then, as I hurried out the door and jumped into my car, I hit traffic. Figuratively and literally. I was already tense, and I could feel my patience slipping away. That's when I remembered something I once read about the power of the pause, about how reacting blindly often makes things worse while responding with intention can lead to better outcomes. So I took a deep breath. I told myself, just pause. I closed my eyes for a second, took a mental step back, and chose to respond instead of react. I texted my friend a simple, "Sorry, that came across wrong. Let's talk later." It wasn't perfect, but it was a conscious choice to slow down. That moment, that small pause, made a huge difference. When I arrived at work, I was calmer. I approached my colleagues with more patience and understanding. And surprisingly, the tense situations I anticipated were much easier to handle because I wasn't caught up in the storm of immediate reactions. Over the next few days, I started paying more attention to my first responses. I realized that reacting is often automatic, our brain's way of instant defense or attack. But responding is deliberate. It's an intentional act of choosing how to behave, how to communicate, how to handle difficult moments. I saw it again one afternoon when a coworker, Alex, made a mistake on an important project. I felt my initial instinct, that urge to criticize sharply. But I caught myself. I paused, took a breath, and instead said, "Let's look at this together and see what we can fix." That simple act of responding instead of reacting with anger fostered teamwork and trust. The most profound moment came later that week when I was home, dealing with my own frustration over a personal issue. Instead of snapping at someone close to me, I paused. I looked inward and asked myself, is this necessary? Is this how I want to handle this moment? That pause gave me clarity and helped me choose a calm, constructive response rather than an impulsive reaction. Now, I won't say I've mastered this perfectly. Reacting is still my default at times. But what I've learned is that the power lies in the pause. It's that small space between stimulus and response where growth happens. It's a space where I can choose kindness over anger, understanding over judgment, patience over frustration. So, if you're ever caught in a storm of reactions, I want you to remember this. The next time something triggers you, pause. Take a breath. Think before you respond. The world might be reacting all around us, but we have the power to choose how we engage with it. And honestly, That quiet power of a simple pause has transformed not just how I handle others, but how I see myself in the chaos of life. It's a reminder that sometimes the most powerful thing we can do is just stop for a moment and respond with intention. I truly appreciate you joining me for today's episode. Your time and attention mean the world, and I hope you found this journey as enriching as I did. As we wrap up, I invite you to stay curious, stay inspired, and stay connected. I'll be back soon with another episode. Until then, take care.